What's up guys, Sean here from odysse-io, here to teach you how to integrate 3D print pricing calculator to your WordPress application. So, what are we waiting for? Let's get started. The first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna head over to api.picocode.com and create an account. So, let's head over to register and then input the necessary account information. So, I will be using John, then Doe, and then I will be using a test email. Input our password, and then click on register. So once we're in, we're gonna click on subscribe now, and then we're gonna go with the free tier. We're gonna head on buy now, and then we're gonna see the necessary information needed. So we have here the subscription information, and we have here the API token information that we will need once we're in the 3D plugin application WordPress. So we're gonna click on add host, and then we're gonna add our WordPress application into the host. So let's go over to our WordPress application and then copy the host. And then we're gonna click on add. And as you can see, we now have our host, which is the WordPress.test. Next, we're gonna have to install the 3D plugin into our WordPress application. So let's head over to our WordPress application. Let's go to plugins. And then we're gonna have to add plugin. Next, we're gonna search 3D print pricing calculator. And then we're gonna have to install the first one. So let's click on install now. Now that it's installed, we're gonna have to click on activate. And then we can now see that we are now onboarding with the 3D print pricing calculator. So here are the necessary onboarding details such as the STL file upload, price calculation, model preview, and customizable options. So we're gonna go next, and then next. And then we can now complete our setup. So we now have the necessary details needed for the 3D print pricing plugin. So the first one is the cost per CC. So for here, I'm gonna enter 10, and then I'm gonna click on save. For the API key, we're gonna be heading over back to our 3D parser application, and then we're gonna copy the API token information. And then we're gonna paste it here, and then click on save. So for the URL endpoint for the 3D print service API, we're gonna head over to api.picocode.com/resources. And then we're gonna have to copy the API. So let's copy this, and then paste it in here. So we can also add upload preferences such as printing technology options, material options, quality options, infill options, and color options. So we can activate all of this. And then we can add necessary options. So for now, I will be adding some test options alongside with their value. Then we're gonna add material options along with the necessary value again. Let's do that over for the quality, infill, and color. And then add the value. And then let's go with the infill. And let's go with the color options. For the color, we're gonna have to input an hex. So #000. And then save the changes. So once we refresh this one, we're gonna see all of our options in here. Next is how to display the 3D print pricing calculator to our front end. So for me, I am using a custom theme. So I will be opening up Visual Studio Code for the custom theme. So as you can see, we have here the front page.php. So we're gonna be using a shortcode that can also be found in api.picocode.com/resources. Let's head over to this one, 3D print pricing calculator setup. And then as you can see in the step 3, we can use the shortcode in post or pages. So I will be copying this one, and then I will be pasting it here. Next, now that it's done and then the theme is active, we can now head over to our site. As you can see, we now have here our 3D print pricing calculator front end. We can now upload an STL file, And as you can see, we now have the STL file in here, and we also have the options that we have added from our admin page. So we have here test, the infill options, quantity, and other stuff. So that's it for this tutorial. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next video.